Z1075, that's off the text line. That's Ethan Powell and the Triggers featuring Meredith Nelson with Talk Slow right here on Z107.5. And Big Z Country fans, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you this Tuesday afternoon, but it's time for me to hook up and head on out and go enjoy this beautiful Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Man, if I can just get an hour of sunlight, that'll be all that I need to say I had a great Tuesday. Hope you're having a great Tuesday, and I will see you back on the mic tomorrow at 2. Remember, tonight, The Voice starts at 7 o'clock. The battle rounds are going on, and you don't only get Blake Shelton, you also get the band Perry and Miranda Lambert. They're going to be on this season of The Voice being mentors for Blake and Shakira. Big Z Country fans, I will see you back here tomorrow at 2. Until tomorrow, 2, remember, no drinking and driving. Always buckle up and obey all the laws of the road. And as always, remember the Alamo!
The all-new Express Wash has added more features to treat your vehicle special. The all-new Express Wash between Acme Glass and Raceway now offers full detailing, both interior and exterior. From carpet and seat total cleaning to engine compartment detailing, even window tinting. From a complete wash in and out to complete reconditioning, we treat your vehicle with extra care. Check out the new services and features at the new Express Wash between Acme Glass and Raceway on the Farmerville Highway, just north of I-20 in Ruston.
Don Thomas Mexican Restaurant and Cantina is now open, serving authentic Mexican food in Monroe. Now serving jumbo shrimp and boiled crawfish too. Don Thomas has a full-service bar and the best homemade margaritas around. Come enjoy their patio area with a tiki hut feel. Don Thomas Mexican Restaurant and Cantina, 614 North 6th Street in Monroe. Open weekdays 11 to 9 and weekends 11 a.m. to 3:30 a.m.
It's time for McKinney Honda's 29th annual Spring Open House. You know what that means. It's a great time to save. Here's Richie McKinney.
We're offering tremendous savings on Honda motorcycles this week. For example, save $1,500 on the 2012 Honda Spirit and save $1,500 on a 2012 Honda 1300 Sabre, State Line, or Interstate. And get a 2012 250 Rebel for just $29.99. Register all week to win our open house prize valued at $3,000. We'll have the giveaway this Saturday along with free food and refreshments. It's the Spring Open House event this week at McKinney Honda, your outdoor superstore in Ruston.
SRP excludes destination charges, tax, title, and license additional. Always wear a helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Never use a street as a racetrack. It's big savings this week at McKinney Honda, your outdoor superstore in Ruston.
We're smoking at Cloud 9 West Monroe. Cloud 9 has rechargeable e-cigs with variable voltage batteries, the largest selection of e-cigs, e-liquid, and accessories in the area. Cloud 9 also carries heavy glass, stick incense, and burners. Cloud 9 has tapestry, beaded curtains, and purses too. It's smoking at Cloud 9. Must be 18 years or older to purchase smoking accessories. Come on by 117 Cotton Street, West Monroe. Cloud 9. Have you been there lately?
Jackson Parish Hospital in Jonesboro has been serving the community with quality health care for over 50 years. With the hospital's commitment to excellence, Jackson Parish Hospital uses only state-of-the-art automated digital radiology equipment, along with bone density, digital mammography, CT, MRI, ultrasound, and echo. Ready to serve you. We are Jackson Parish Hospital, providing quality health care because we care. Call 259-4435.
The furniture savings are fantastic at Woodall's Furniture Gallery. If you're receiving a tax refund, take advantage of the sale prices on everything for your home. From big recliners and comfy chairs, sofas and love seats, to dining rooms, bedrooms, and new mattress sets too. Remember, local delivery is always free, and 12 months no-interest financing is available with approved credit. We're filled with furniture specials at Woodall's Furniture Gallery on East Georgia in Ruston, where we're exciting, not expensive.
Well, it's about that time on Z1075 for Southern Outdoors on your radio dial. It ain't just hunting, it's a way of life, from them Louisiana swamps to them skyscraping pines. Talking about bass, bucks, ducks, squirrels, turkeys, and hogs, Gulf Coast fishing and gigging bullfrogs. We talk about it all. It's about that time for Southern Outdoors. It's a way of life for the backwoods country folks. From the deer stand to the duck blind, here in Sportsman's Paradise. It's Southern Outdoors on Z1075.
Here's the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show with your hosts, Brandy Watson and Todd Causey.
Welcome to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z1075. I'm your host, Brandy Watson.
Hey, I'm Todd Causey over here.
And we have special guests and a really good friend of ours, Miss Renee Jackson with Tuskahoma Kennels. And also, she was the overall winner of Uncle Earl's last year with
Bud Light. My baby.
That is her baby.
Yes, he is. Actually, I hate to even say this, he was an accident, and I got lemons and made some lemonade.
That's what people do.
That's exactly what I did. His dam was a 5th-generation hour breeding, and she had a silent season. We didn't know it, and 9 puppies later, we had a litter of baby buds. And I gave them all away and kept the last one. And my husband did not even want me to keep him because he is half tree and walker and is quite vocal. He has a hound dog ball about every problem in the world. But best thing he does is he does be a hog.
Oh, and he can do that. If y'all were at Uncle Earl's last year, you know, Southern Outdoors was there, Z1075 was there, and of course, Miss Renee Jackson, y'all seen a show. I know y'all went and looked at all the pictures we had posted on the page last year of Miss Renee, all the good bands. We had Bud Light up. And I posted a picture, I believe it was last night, on the Southern Outdoors page. You can go to Southern Outdoors Radio on our Facebook page and check that out. Or you can call Miss Renee at Tuskahoma Kennels and may try to talk her a dog. She's actually into that too.
We've got a few dogs. Yes, we do. We are. I'm a 5th-generation Catahoula breeder, and my family actually are descendants of the Native Americans that originated the Catahoula. The first documented Catahoula that was given to a white man was given by Chief Bill Indian, they called him, but his real name was Bill Lewis, and he gave him to Mr. Mike Macmillan. And the early lines of the Catahoulas was the Macmillans, the Wrights, and the Fairbanks. Well, the Macmillans got their Catahoulas from the Native Americans, the Gina Band of Choctaws.
See, so you even got a history lesson there. And talking about the Gina Band of Choctaws and the Gina Choctaw Pines Casino, guess what we got? One of my favorite customers in the world, love Gina Choctaw Pines Casino. We're actually going to be giving away 2 buffets to the Gina Choctaw Pines Casino, so you need to be listening. You can get us anywhere in the world. Download us on your Android or your iPhone on the Red Peach Radio app, or tune in and watch us at www.z1075fm.com. And you have to be listening to win, because the questions that I'm going to ask later in the show, the first person to answer the question correctly on our Facebook page will win 2 buffet tickets to the Gina Choctaw Pines Casino.
Via message on the Facebook page. Must come in the messages.
Yes, must come in the messages. And talking about Uncle Earl's, there's so much going on. Uncle Earl's is the world's largest hog dog band. It's this week. This is what we have been talking about for 2 months now. It's March 19th through the 23rd in Winfield, Louisiana. It's the Super Bowl of the hog dogging world.
It is. It is people from worldwide. I'm not sure of the attendees that will be from foreign countries this year, but I know the year before we had Australia, Germany. Last year we had Canada,
Paris, France, yeah.
Everywhere. They come from all over the nation, And when they say this is the world championship, this is the world championship, the granddaddy of them all.
Yep.
It's every shape, size, description of hog dog you will find, from the hounds, the cur classes. I'm even proud to say that, God bless his heart, he's no longer with us, but we ran the only Yorkie.
I remember that.
Yes,
I
we
remember
did.
that year.
One of my little nephew that I adopted, he wanted to run in the youth bay. And I asked him, I said, well, which one of our dogs do you want to use? And he says, well, I want Darby. Well, for people that don't know, Darby was a Yorkie. And he was a baying machine.
I remember that.
We won with him. He was an open bay champion. He ended up finishing in the top 10 in the youth bay with a Yorkshire Terrier.
Like I said, you never know what you're going to get at Uncle Earl's. It does not matter what you're doing the rest of the week. If you're supposed to be at work, you call your boss, say, you know what, I'm not coming in today. I'm going to Uncle Earl's in Winfield, Louisiana, to the hog dog trials. I'm going to check out the vendors.
Hog dog fever.
Yeah.
And they're sick. So they got to have a sick day.
Yeah, hey, that's great. Hog dog fever. Got to be in Winfield at Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials. But you're listening to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. When we come back, we'll have more about Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials, and we're going to take you to your Nomi's Tech Tip.
Here's another Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Tech Tip, brought to you by Nomi's Pawn and Gun in Jonesboro.
Come to the biggest little store around, Nomi's Pawn and Gun in Jonesboro, Louisiana. Diamonds, jewelry, guns, big screen TVs, tools, and a whole lot more. Purchase a scope, Nomi's will mount it free of charge. Free bore sighting, 0% down and no interest on 12 months, same as cash. Nomi's has been in business for 30 years. Nomi's Pawn and Guns, where you get everything from diamonds to double barrels. 418 Allen Avenue in Jonesboro, Louisiana. This week on Tech Tip, we're going to talk about recognizing the dominant gobbler. Most of us would like to shoot the biggest, oldest gobbler on the property. The problem is that it can be hard to tell which gobbler it is until you actually have him in hand. Fortunately, there are a few clues that may give a turkey hunter an advantage in picking out a dominant tom. Most of the time, the biggest and oldest gobbler is likely also to be the dominant one within the flock. He can often be identified by the way he acts. When watching a small group of gobblers in the spring as they approach a hen or come to a call, look for the longbeard that does all of or most of the strutting. He will be the dominant bird nearly every time. The other gobblers around the dominant bird will often strut too, but usually they will not strut as long or as full fan. The boss gobbler may not come out of strut at all. His head is usually pulled in close to his body, and his fan is sticking straight up. Another clue to identifying pecking order is to watch for attacks from the dominant tom toward other gobblers. The big boy may chase the others, or he may just turn their way, causing them to move or break strut. Gobbling behavior may also give clues to pecking order. Many times, but not always, the first turkey to gobble on a given morning is the dominant bird. However, on occasions when he doesn't gobble first, you may note that other gobbling turkeys suddenly fall silent when he finally sounds off. Another clue is that hens may yelp back more often and with more excitement to the dominant bird. Pay close attention to the turkey's behavior, and you can take that top trophy we all dream about.
Now, back to the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5. It's not just hunting, it's a way of life.
And welcome back to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. And not only is this a very special show because it is Uncle Earl's Week, this is also a very special show because we are dedicating this show tonight to Craig Charrier for a dog. One of our really good friends. When I say ours, I mean the whole hog hunting family, myself, Todd, Miss Renee. He actually passed away last year in a hog hunt. So this show and this week, and everybody's going to go out this week, and they're going to bay hard, and they're going to do it for Craig.
Yeah, yes, they are. Craig was a great person, has a great family, and like Brandy was saying, he lost his life last year on a hog hunting event, and we just want to dedicate this show to him and his wonderful family.
do a little shout out to Hunter, his little boy.
Yeah, Hunter, hey, how are you? And Hunter and Hope and the whole Sherry A clan is going to be open at Uncle Earl's this weekend. We're looking forward to seeing y'all. You know, when I say, hog hunting, it's about keeping the sport alive and about, training your dogs and training your hog. But we truly, as hog hunters, have actually all became a family.
Yeah.
And that's part of it that that makes it so special.
I think most everybody that does the bayings actually probably started out as hog hunters. That's how we got started.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised hog hunting, and I can remember being on the back of a horse, and you better stay there, to make for safety's sake. And how we got started doing Uncle Earl's was I had gotten out of Catahoulas, and I was a big duck hunter for years, so I did Chessie's Labs and Golden Retrievers. And my boys wanted to see Uncle Earl's, and we went on Sunday and watched the High Point and Best of the Best and Youth Bay. And we didn't get out the stands, and they wanted them a cur dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, I know where we can get cur dogs. And went home, and within 2 weeks, I went back to a gentleman that used to run cows with my great-grandfather, and we got our first Catahoula Annie. And we've had that one and many more since.
And that's, where all the story began. Everybody knows that I've been hog hunting for years, and I actually started with my dad when my dad got, had been hog hunting and decided to get the bay pen. And Bay Hard Kennel is the bay pen that my dad had for quite a few years, up until probably the past, I'd say 5 years, 6 years ago. We don't have it any longer, but that's where I met Miss Renee, where Todd and I met Miss Renee, where I actually met Todd. Everybody knows that story.
I knew Todd before it was Todd and Brandy.
Yep.
And through Brandy's daddy. As a matter of fact, I can talk just like Tommy Watson. Hey, Tommy.
Dad, I hope you out there listening.
Hey, Tommy.
So I know everybody is getting good laughs and everything out there, but I'm telling you, when I say we're a true hog hunting family, we are, and it's all about, you got your little history lesson, you got the family, you got the hog hunting. So tell us a little bit, if somebody decided they wanted to get a Catahoula and they wanted to start hog baying, how would you suggest that they got into that?
I would do my homework. I would suggest that with anybody. There is a lot of good working bloodlines out there, but I would think my suggestion to anybody is, regardless of what breed, because trust me, there's every shape, size of dogs out there. If you want to get into the baying part of it, any breed. When we got active in the open bays, some people out in Marthaville had a yellow lab that was a baying machine. And so, if you can get the dog, I know of some people that'll pick them up from rescues. Mm-hmm. Get you one from the rescue if you don't have the money to invest in a good dog. If you do have the money to spend, you can spend some money on a bay dog.
Oh, yeah.
A good one, a good pro dog, is thousands of dollars. They don't realize that what a time and investment we have in these dogs that we bay. But, you don't have to spend that much. I will say this, you'll get what you pay for. It does take a lot of time. Everybody likes their own different types, so the types doesn't really matter. But I would make certain, if you're going to invest in a dog, is to make certain they come from working parents. Mm-hmm. Don't be sold on the line of it's daddy does this and it's daddy did that, or it's grandpa. Mm-hmm. It's daddy and mama's fine, but don't buy a dog on what its grandpa did. Mm-hmm. Because it's grandpa isn't his mama or his daddy, and that work will pass on through those genetics. Mm-hmm. That would be the biggest suggestion I would have. And just do your homework. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people now, especially with the Catahoulas, because they are so pretty with the blue eyes, and they're smart, and they're active. A lot of people will just go buy a pair of Catahoulas and breed for the sake of breeding without giving any thought to their hips, if they're good, if they're deaf, if there's got sight problems. There's any number of things that can happen with Catahoulas. So do your homework. I would suggest that you don't impulse buy unless you know those people.
Yes, and that's one thing, I talked about this, I think it was, last week I was out, we actually, Z107.5, Red Peach Media, we went to Baton Rouge and we won Louisiana broadcast of the year for 2013. So got to let everybody know that. But that's why I was out last week. But on the show before that, I was talking. You know, when you go to these hog bayings and you see the dogs, you know, baying the hog, it's actually, there's a lot of time and effort put into training these dogs. You know, Miss Renee, she has some of the best dogs in the world. You know, and the people that come to Uncle Earl's has some of the best dogs in the world.
There's a lot of good dogs this year. There's always the best dogs show up at Uncle Earl's.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, last year was some good dogs out there. And this year, there's some dogs coming up. I could rattle off some names, but I'm not, because I don't want to forget somebody, and I probably would. But let me tell you what, it's going to be some tough competition this year. And they all come a-packing, buddy. They gun for you. If you win, that's what they want. They shooting for you, and that's fine. And the one thing I can tell everybody, and take it from me, last year we were so blessed. We made the first perfect score the first day, and we did it every day. And I'll be frank with you, Lord knows I wouldn't take anything for it. It was an experience of a lifetime, but I stayed so stressed out until I didn't get to enjoy nothing. My one goal this year, I'm going to run my dogs. That's what we're there for. I'm there to compete. I am a competitor. But my big thing is, sister here's going to have herself a good time. I didn't get to last year, so... just get out of my way sometimes. I'm not going to run over you. But, and everybody does. We all come for a good time because it's like a big reunion.
Mm-hmm.
My boys, they think I hate to say it and I hope their teachers aren't listening, but they skip school. I let them skip school every year so they can come to Uncle Earl's. I know a lot of kids that do, but, if my boys didn't get to go to Uncle Earl's, I think I would have an uprising on our hill.
Yeah.
But, it's...
Tell them I'll write them out a host excuse.
Actually,
it won't be a doctor's excuse,
be
a host excuse.
Our schools at home will give them an excuse because it is a historical cultural event.
It is a historical cultural event.
They will give them an excuse so they can miss 2 days.
But you're listening at Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. When we get back, we'll have more about Uncle Earl, more about the Catahoula Curs, and we'll also be giving away some buffet tickets to Gina Choctaw Pines Casino.
Hickson has over 750 new Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock and ready for immediate delivery throughout our dealerships. We've gone mad in March. All of our remaining 2013 models have been clearly marked on the windshield with the final reduction price. If you've been wanting that new Ford car or truck, don't put it off. Stop by and give us a look today at Hickson Ford Monroe. For price, selection, and service after the sale, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it. On the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoor Show, it's time now for the Fishing Report, brought to you by Good Things in West Monroe.
Good Things of West Monroe has that one-of-a-kind gift. Whether you're looking for rustic hunting or western decor, purses, dresses, or contour tees, ready for Mardi Gras? Good Things has boas, masks, and beads. They can even special order that hard-to-find item. Good Things, 3001 Cypress Street, West Monroe, or on Facebook at Good Things Gifts. On your Southern Outdoors Fishing Report, over on Caney, the bass are moving into the beds in Hancock and Smith Creek and are hitting big tubes or flukes. Some are still out deep and are hitting red rattle traps and Carolina rigs. Crappie are moving to the back of the coves and are being caught on shiners and jigs. Over on Lake Claiborne, the crappie are hitting the shiners and the jigs, and some are being caught on yo-yos baited with shiners. Catfish are also being caught on the trot lines. Over on Lake Darbone, the bass are beginning to move into shallows off the sloughs and are being caught on soft plastic lizards and worms. The crappie will be moving to the banks as the water temperature rises and will be hitting the shiners and the jigs. And the catfishing has been really good on the cold worms. Over on the Ouachita River, crappie fishing is best with shiners and jigs in the backs of the rivers and the lakes and sloughs. Bass are around the structures in the rivers, lakes, and off the points. Soft plastics and rattle traps are picking up some fish. And over on Toledo Bend, the bass have definitely been jumping. The bass are moving into shallow water. Not all have, but most of them. Some of the best baits
or the rattle trap and a double willow spinnerbait work slowly over the grass line. Now, there was some big fish caught this past weekend on Toledo Bend. Dennis Lott caught the largest fish of Toledo Bend's lunker program this season Saturday when he reeled in a 12.89 monster sitting on a shallow bed in Halston area. He saw a lot of bass in the shallows and worked them repeatedly with a black-red 8-inch big bite lizard. And this has been your Southern Outdoors Fishing Report.
Let's get back to more on the outdoors way of life with the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5.
And welcome back to your crazy hogs gone wild crew here at Southern Outdoors. I'm Brandy, and we're talking about the 19th annual Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials this week. The world's largest hog baying marched the 19th through the 23rd in Winfield, Louisiana. The annual Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials are usually held the third weekend of March, and the heritage of wild hog hunting and free-range hog farming is a tradition celebrated by many in Louisiana as well as anywhere in the state. So when you come out to Winfield, you're actually going to see some good hogs, some good dogs, some good vendors, some good amazing food. We're actually having the cook-off again this year, and there will be all sorts of stuff going on. And to tell you a little bit about the run order, March 19th through the 23rd. Now Wednesday, March 19th, you're going to have your puppy bay that's up to 12 months of age. Don't be trying to stick a dog in there that's over 12 months of age. Don't try to slide it under there because, hey, we're all experienced hog doggers here, so we'll catch it. Puppy bay up to 12 months of age and old and young. Thursday, March 20th is a 1-dog competition. Friday, March 21st is the first round of the 2-dog competition. Saturday, March 22nd is a 2-dog competition, youth bay, and the finals of the 2-dog. And Sunday, of course, they'll have church, and they'll have the High Point Bay Off and Best of the Best, which is our reigning champ we have right here with us.
No, I didn't. Bud Light did.
Oh, Bud Light did.
Bud Light did. I didn't have anything. Only thing I did was, to be honest with you, he was a natural.
Very few dogs are naturals like that and can compete at that level. You can get a natural dog that will do a good job.
I will say, his pups are the same. We have 2 competed last year. One finished second in the old and young. One finished higher than him in the 1-dog actually. And so both of his pups finished in the top 5 in different classes last year.
Wow.
So they were just a chip off the old block. I ran him, Bud Light, in his first puppy bay at 4.5 months old.
Wow.
There was 26 pups, and he bayed a perfect score.
Wow.
Ran him with him and his mom, and she was a woods dog, but she was one of those that are very rare that you could hunt her one day, load her up in the dog box and open up the gate on the gate and bay pen. And
Kind of reminds me of Pork Chop.
Pork Chop, I sure do. Pork Chop was the same way. Actually, Polly favored Pork Chop. She was that white and blue like he was with the double glass eyes. You could put her in a bay pen, she'd throw you a perfect. We ran him and her. There was 26 pairs. The only dog, including the old of the old and young pair, not a one of them bayed a perfect score. Bud was the only one that bayed a perfect score in the old and young. And
that right there is what it's about.
He was just a natural. I've been blessed with him. A lot of people probably wouldn't put up with him. He don't like flies. So I have to go out there every day and make certain there's no flies anywhere around him. He fusses just a little bit.
Well, that's like Dixie. I have the only Jip left out of Pork Chop, and she's getting on up in age now. She's 10, and she has personality of her own. We just think we rule the house, but no, she knows she rules the house. She knows she's paid her dues as a hog dog, and she knows that whatever Dixie wants, Dixie gets.
Well, that's about like Bud last year when we were on our way home. It took, and I'm going to tell everybody, you need to aspire to win the best of the best. That's everybody's goal. That's everybody's dream. We've been doing this a long time. We've placed a few times, but bringing home that best of the best is the ultimate. It took 3 guys to get the trophy home.
Wow.
Last year. I moved everything out of my living room, and my living room is now a trophy room. I have a couple of chairs, and that's it. I thought, well, that's it. And, after I die, I don't know what they'll do with it, but that's okay. It took 3 grown men to get that trophy home.
Wow, I seen the trophies last year.
It was awesome.
They always have the.
And you want to know what's funny?
The most amazing.
Was when they were, it's awesome. It's got that big carved hog with the tusk on the top of it. What was so neat was when we went down that Sunday morning to see when the run was and everything, they were loading it up and bringing it to where it was to be presented later. And they were all grunting and picking it up and putting it in the back of the truck. And I said, if y'all want to, y'all can just take it up the hill and bring it to my camper. It'll be there in a little bit anyway. And they just laughed. Oh, they thought that was so funny. That's where it went.
Well, that's always
when
a
it was
good
all
thing.
said and done, you went over and said, I told you so.
They did.
I
They
could have
came
saved
to
you a
me.
few steps.
I told them. I said, and what was funny is when we got ready to load it up and bring it up the hill, my son had put Bud Light on the back of our golf cart and fastened him up in the dog box, and he was so rattled, he popped the thing and plopped Bud Light out on the ground. Bless his heart. Plonk.
He's going to throw the champion out of the
He
golf cart.
He just dirt rolled the champion.
Even champions can't get no respect, can they?
No respect.
But you're listening to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to break, and then we're going to come back with the question for the winner of the tickets.
Hickson has over 750 new Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock and ready for immediate delivery throughout our dealerships. We've gone mad in March. All of our remaining 2013 models have been clearly marked on the windshield with the final reduction price. If you've been wanting that new Ford car or truck, don't put it off. Stop by and give us a look today at Hickson Ford Monroe. For price, selection, and service after the sale, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it.
Nichols is Louisiana's hunting and fishing headquarters with a wide selection of scopes, guns, feeders, deer attractants, climbers, blinds, and more. You can find Nichols in the Shoppers Village off Highway 167 in Winfield, and they're open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 6 and Sunday from noon to 5.
Now back to the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5. It's not just hunting, it's a way of life.
Now, talking about a little bit of the history of Uncle Earl's, the Wynn Parish Hog Hunters Association hosted the first Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials in 1995 to celebrate what would have been Earl Long's 100th birthday, and like we said, it's now considered the world's largest hog dog trials. Now, when you come out to Uncle Earl's, not only do you get to see the competitions of the puppy bay, the one dog, the two dog, the high point, the best of the best, not only do you get to have that activity and see the hog bay and going on and all that, you also get to have all sorts of different vendors. You'll have t-shirt vendors, you'll have food vendors, you have, we had some cypress tables there last year. You have all sorts of different vendors. And this year, somebody put a little bug in my ear. What are we having?
We're having Chatham's Crawfish Shack crawfish.
Oh, wow.
Friday and Saturday, we're going to have crawfish. It's going to be on the scene. So everybody's going to be going crazy for the crawfish.
They will be there all day Friday and Saturday. Brian Chatham does the cooking himself, and from what I'm hearing, he boils up some fine crawfish. So you do not want to miss Chatham's Crawfish Shack crawfish Friday and Saturday.
Okay, and I also have already given the answer, but I'm fixing to ask the question to see who can actually win the buffet tickets to Gina Choctaw Pines Casino. This is the question, and you must answer the question on Southern Outdoors Radio via message. Messages on our Southern Outdoors Radio Facebook page. Here's the question. In what year was the first Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials, and who hosted it? Two-part question. You must be the first person to answer both parts of this question correctly. In what year was the first Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials, and who hosted it? Start Facebooking, people.
If I answer it, can I get the tickets?
No.
Oh.
Oh, you're teamed
run
up
the show.
against. I just dawned on me. It's two girls against one guy tonight. So
I don't have anything in this, but no. You can't.
It doesn't matter when it's just one girl and one guy in here. I'm still teamed up
You've
against.
just now figured out the women are right.
Yeah, he gets teamed up against at home because, he's just me and Dixie. Usually Dixie wins the argument, so.
I don't think it's y'all teamed up against, you and Dixie teamed against me. it's me and you teamed up trying to stay on top of Dixie.
Yeah.
She
Herman
like she
says, my husband, Herman always says that my dogs have me trained well. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Come Saturday and Sunday, Dixie get a full spread of breakfast: bacon, eggs, toast, biscuits, whatever. She gets her own big nice plate.
Well, you know, my husband is native, and his first language was Choctaw. So our dogs know English and Choctaw. So I can ask Push, "Ipachibanaho," and he'll go either to the cupboard or to the refrigerator. It's just according which treat he's wanting, and that's, do you want something to eat? Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, ours have us trained in two languages.
So what you're saying is you actually have bilingual Catahoula curs
hog dogs
at your house.
Yes.
Now that is a treat, isn't it?
Now, if we wanted them, do we have to speak both languages? Okay.
No, they'll work for both. They'll work for both. But yeah, they have me so well trained I can do it in two languages. So
that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, we have one and he'll run this weekend. Push. His name's Push Mataha, and that's after the great Choctaw chief.
Now you also have Tuscahoma Kennels. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Tuscahoma Kennels is Tuscahoma is Choctaw. It means red warrior or red fighter, is what Tuscahoma actually means. We are the only Native Americans that originated the breed that still breed, raise, and train Catahoulas today. We've been doing this 15, 16 years. I actually bred my first litter of Catahoulas at 10, and I don't mind telling anybody I'm 50, so do your math. So I've been doing this, and I was very fortunate. My great-grandfather was born in 1889. He lived till I was 21. I hog hunted with him, did everything I could with him, and I did my first litter under his direction, which was really special.
And that's always a great thing, and we go back to talking about history and family and heritage, and that's what it's all about. And you're listening to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your archery talk, and we'll be back after this.
On the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoor Show, it's time now for your archery talk.
Welcome to Southern Outdoors Archery Talk. This past weekend, March 15th, Two Paw Bowmen had their 3D archery tournament at the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Shooting Range in West Monroe, Louisiana. They had over 80 shooters show up for some good old 3D fun. And here's how they stacked up. Pee Wee class, Jackson Lowry with a 178 for first, Lane Wright with a 110 for second, and Nathan Wright with a 109 for third. Cubs class, Kyle Belmont with a 190 for first, Blake Nunn with a 187 for second, and Caleb St. John with a 153 for third. Youth class, Logan Lord with a 200 for first, Tucker Reiser 183 for second, and Todd Leonard with a 168 for third. Traditional class, David Taylor with a 198 for first, David Calloway with a 192 for second, and Cookie Rose with a 185 bringing in third. Advanced Traditional, Tiger Garvey with a 194 for first, Bob Peridot with a 192 for second, and Mike Simmons with a 185 bringing in third. Women's Youth, Mackenzie Farr with a 197 for first. Women's Bow Hunter, Nancy Guidry with a 200 for first, Chelsea Reed with a 200 for second, and Jessica Gasca with a 184 for third. Women's Open, Tori Sims with a 206 bringing in first. Bow Hunter class, Jared Fallon with a 194 for first, Greg Arnold with a 192 for second, and Jacob St. John with a 172 for third. Bow Hunter Outlaw class, Scotty West with a 195 for first, Chris Guidry with a 173 for second, and Kyle Hicks with a 167 bringing in third. Open class, Bradley Poss with a 204 for first, Chris Atwell with a 203 for second, and Kendall Strachner with a 200 bringing in third. Senior Open, Marcel Ronquil with a 196 for first, H.C. Lewis with a 187 for second, and Kenny Ambrose with a 186 for third. And in the pro class, Jason Daniels with a 209 for first, Slade Daniels with a 191 for second, and Keith Pilot with a 191 for third. This coming weekend, March 22nd, the NELA tournament will be at the Centerpoint Bowman in Sinsboro, Louisiana. This will be an ASA state qualifier, and there is sure to be a lot of competition on the course. You won't want to miss it.
I'm from the south where we party all night, back in the woods where the mud never
Louisiana Swiner's Outdoors second annual Wild Boar Roundup, April 9th through the 12th, Natchitoches Fairgrounds, hog dog teams only, 5 divisions and up to $6,200 cash payout. Weigh-in Saturday at 2 p.m. Cody Cook and the Bayou Outlaws take the stage at 8. Food, fun, kids games, door prizes, and hog dogging. For more information on rules, regulations, and deadlines, email LouisianaSwiners@yahoo.com or check out their Facebook page at Louisiana Swiner's Outdoors.
Let's get back to more on the outdoors way of life with the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5.
And welcome back to your crazy crew on Southern Outdoors. I'm your host, Brandy Watson, and we're still waiting on a winner for the question. And the question again is, in what year was the first Uncle Earl's Hog Dog Trials held, and who hosted it? Now, message your answer to us on the Southern Outdoors Radio Facebook page. Send it to us in a message. The first person to get it right wins. Now, Miss Renee, how long have you been participating in Uncle Earl's? And when you go to participate, what do the judges actually look for?
Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think. Probably 10, 12, 14 years, something like that. It's been a while. My youngest wasn't old enough to participate in the Youth Bay, and now he's too old. So however many, that'd have been 8, and he's 19 now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he wasn't old enough. But what the judges look for, Uncle Earl's got started because of, as naturally as guys brag, I've got the best hog dog. No, I have the best hog dog. And to be honest with you, what is required of the dogs in the arena is not feasible in the woods. There's no way those dogs could do what they are required to do in the bay pen. I compare it much like a cutting horse, where they have to control the hog like a cutting horse controls the cow. And they have to maintain certain distance. If they get too far out, they're docked. If they lose eye contact, they're docked. If the hog is sitting still and they nip and force it to move, that's called pushing or pressuring, they're docked. Actually, there's about 2 pages typed of things that they must and must not do. And it's you know, I'll be honest with you, I had a lot more fun before I got my hands on those rules. I had a ball because, I mean, hey, I just wanted to watch my dog bark at a hog. Right to this day, right now, Herman Jackson will tell you, all I want to do is see my dog bark at a hog. That's all. But you have to, if you're going to do it, you do need to know the rules. And lots of times, if people do misunderstand what's going on, it's because they don't understand the rules. Unfortunately, I will say this: there is not a consolidated set of bay pen rules out there. Each individual open bay has pretty much their own things. They're basically the same, but there's some things that aren't.
They let some bay pens let some things slide where other bay pens don't.
Yes.
I agree with what you're saying there. There needs to be a basic set of rules, that they follow around. Because
effort. Yes, it does.
I've been to many bayings, the small open bays where, a dog will be out there and his owner, he comes out, thinking he got a perfect, and then he gets the score from the judges, and he got docked a couple points, and he want to know why. And
that is why.
He don't know what that judge is looking for.
I will say this now, with modern technology, with Facebook and all of the different things, it is getting a little bit better, but there's still, it so varies from bay pen to bay pen and from state to state. And, and some people get upset about it, and it's unfortunate. It's not anybody doing anything wrong. It's just the bay pen's a rule. The rules are different.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you're going to play, you got to play by their rules. Mm-hmm. But Uncle Earl's, I will say this, Uncle Earl's has, their judges is excellent. Full Boar's production that does the bay and that produces it. Mr. Bill Huff and his team does a great job. They got a great set of judges. I just really, really like them. And I can tell you this, there's 5 judges. They throw out the high and low. So, and to get a perfect score is a 10. Each judge gives them a 10. So a perfect score is a 30. If you have a dog that can bay a 30 at Uncle Earl's, you have a dog that can do something because you have 5 people looking at it from 5 different angles, different levels, some up, some low, some eye level. And if that dog can be a perfect score at Uncle Earl's, you have a good dog.
But
And that right there is what Uncle Earl's is all about. You're listening to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors, and we're going to take you to your Southern Outdoors Bible verse, sponsored by none other than Brown's Landing on Caney Lake. And we'll be back after this.
Well, the good book says it, so I know it's the truth. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You better watch where you go and remember where you've been. That's the way I see it. I'm a simple man.
This is the Mountain Man Bible Verse, brought to you by Brown's Landing on the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show.
And on your Southern Outdoors Bible verse today, we have Matthew chapter 6, 7 through 15. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. This is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For if you forgive men when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. And this has been your Southern Outdoors Bible verse, Matthew chapter 6, 7 through 15.
Let's get back to more on the outdoors way of life with the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5.
And welcome back to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors. We want to take this time to thank some of our fine sponsors. We want to thank Hickson Autoplex over on Louisville Avenue. If you're looking for a new truck, they can hook you up. I love my truck. Also, we want to thank Nomi's Pawn and Gun in Jonesboro, Louisiana. If you happen to be in town for Uncle Earl's, you want to go see some of the shops, zip on up to Jonesboro and go over there to Nomi's Pawn and Gun. You never know what Angie and Sonny's going to have. They have all sorts of good stuff. We also want to thank Z's Secret Sausage Sauce. Not only is this sauce good on sausage, it's good on pork, it's good on steak. Anything you can throw on the grill, anything you can cook, Z's is wonderful. Also, Brown's Landing on Caney Lake. You bringing a camper in, maybe all the spots are full at Uncle Earl's. Brown's Landing on Caney Lake. It ain't that far. It's about 20, 30 miles from Winfield. Actually has camper spots you can rent, RV spots. So, Brown's Landing, they have all sorts of food, tackle. You can drive up, gas your boat. It's right there on Caney Lake. And Good Things in West Monroe. Love that store. Good Things, 3001 Cypress Street in West Monroe. Now, getting back to Uncle Earl's and talking about it, we actually were telling you there's all sorts of vendors there. But there's a lot of people that go into every year to making Uncle Earl's possible. You have all the people that come out and that participate. You have, of course, Z107.5 and Southern Outdoors were there. Miss Renee, the competitors come out. We also have Full Bore Productions. Bill Huff does an amazing job every year. We want to thank him. We want to thank the city of Winfield. They all come together. Cranford Jordan, the sheriff. We want, like I said, thank Mr. Bill Huff. Randa Connor, she's been putting a lot of work in. She's worked very hard this year. We want to thank her. None other than Mr. Claude O'Brien.
Yes.
He's been there for years and years.
Mm-hmm. Been there every year.
Yep. And these are people that go in and, put behind the scenes. There's a lot of behind the scenes people that help pull this together and help make it possible.
They do. I come from Gina, which is right down the road. A lot of the competitors come from all over. I mean, just nationwide. But I will commend the city of Winfield and Wynn Parish. That town has always been nothing but very welcoming to the competitors and to the different people that come in. I don't know of many small Baptist-built towns that would welcome the crowd that comes in. I know that they appreciate the influx of money that comes in as well, because we always stay a week and we spend a week. And but they go above and beyond just the norm on welcoming everybody. I've never had a bad experience in all the years that we've came and gone. Either a lot of the others, I've never heard them say anything either. One of the
and Wynn
funniest
Parish
stories I've
and
ever
Wynn
heard.
Parish welcomes y'all. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a native of Wynn Parish, born and raised in Wynn Parish. I actually live in Gars Mill, but we love having everybody come out and participate and be in. And like I said, I've been involved in Uncle Earl's. Well, I've been going to Uncle Earl's ever since there was Uncle Earl's, I guess you can say, and been involved in it.
And the town gets involved with decorating the hogs out in front of all the stores that have them, and that is a fun thing to watch because they'll come up with some crazy ideas on them hog statues.
Let me tell you what. Do you know what I have? I have one of those concrete hogs too. My honey got me one for my birthday present one year. I had to have
that's
one.
pretty cool.
Yes, I do. I've never decorated it yet. I keep thinking on how I want to do it, and I just am not going to
Bud
put
Light.
no super pig. I thought about doing a Bud Light. I did. But yeah, I mean, the kids love the pigs, the decorated pigs. There's a lot of good places to eat, so those that are going, make a point of spending your money there in Winfield and in Wynn Parish, because they do open up their doors and they do quite a good job. The grounds are always clean. They always have people picking up things, and it's just it's a nice experience.
And that's another thing that we get asked a lot of times is there bathroom and shower facilities on the things. I know we've actually got that asked on the outdoors page. There is bathrooms, but there's no shower facilities. But a lot of people you got camper hookups and all that. But you're listening to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your B&L Marine outdoor calendar, and we'll be back after this.
Hickson has over 750 new Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock and ready for immediate delivery throughout our dealerships. We've gone mad in March. All of our remaining 2013 models have been clearly marked on the windshield with the final reduction price. If you've been wanting that new Ford car or truck, don't put it off. Stop by and give us a look today at Hickson Ford Monroe. For price, selection, and service after the sale, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it.
Nichols is Louisiana's hunting and fishing headquarters with a wide selection of scopes, guns, feeders, deer attractants, climbers, blinds, and more. You can find Nichols in the Shoppers Village off Highway 167 in Winfield, and they're open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 6 and Sunday from noon to 5.
On the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoor Show, now it's time for the Outdoor Calendar, brought to you by B&L Marine. Ready to hit the water? Need that perfect boat? Well, B&L Marine in Monroe has you covered. Check out the HD16 PFC stick steering panfish crappie boat with 40-horse Yamaha outboard, trolling motor, and depth finder and trailer. Or the H17 PFC high-performance crappie boat with front and rear live wells and 115 Yamaha outboard. And B&L Marine has high-performance bass boats, 17, 18, or 19 foot, loaded to your liking. 5-year warranty on all Yamaha outboards with 2 years extended past the original 3-year warranty. That's B&L Marine. Check them out on Facebook or stop by 110 Old Bastrop Road, Monroe.
Welcome to Southern Outdoors Event Calendar. On March 19th through March 23rd, Uncle Earl's 19th Annual Hog Dog Trials in Winfield, Louisiana. On March 22nd, National Wild Turkey Federation's Hunting Heritage Banquet in Winfield, Louisiana at the Winfield Civic Center. Also on March 22nd, Centerpoint Bowman is hosting the NELA 3D Archery Shoot, and it will be an ASA state qualifier. Also on March 22nd, Central Mississippi Archery is having the Mississippi ASA state qualifier. On March 28th through the 30th, the ASA Hoyt Archery Tuscaloosa Pro-Am Archery Tournament. April 12th is the weigh-in for the Louisiana Swiner's Outdoor Wild Boar Roundup with Cody Cook and the Bayou Outlaws performing live. And remember, turkey season. Area A, March 22nd through April 20th. Area B, March 22nd through April 13th. And Area C, March 22nd through April 6th. Private land and youth physical challenge hunt, March 15th and 16th this past weekend. Open in all 3 areas. And this has been your Southern Outdoors event calendar.
Now back to the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5. It's not just hunting, it's a way of life.
And welcome back to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We are actually been talking about Uncle Earl's 2014 Hog Dog Trials. We actually was giving away tickets for the buffet. We're actually having technical problems on our page, so we're actually taking callers. So if you want to be a caller, you can call in. So, but sorry, we're having technical difficulties with the Facebook page, but we will actually be giving away some more tickets at Uncle Earl's all week this week, so there'll be another chance for you to win. But Miss Renee, talking about, being with Tuscahoma Kennels, and if someone is interested, now, do you actually sell Catahoulas?
I do some.
Some.
We mainly, when we breed a litter, we do it because we're wanting that certain cross. I know I can't keep them all. I would if I could, but so therefore somebody can get some off of it. I do have a couple of pups this week, but just a couple. So I mean, but I don't do a lot of breeding.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many dogs out there that's in rescues that needs a home. So I mean, I have too many dogs as it is. My husband just cringes every time I want to do it. I would have 1 million if my husband was a millionaire, but he's not. So, but he is a real good understanding man because he puts up, he loves me and my dogs anyway. So there goes that. But yeah, we do pups some. With what we have now, we're not doing any more the rest of the year. That's it.
You're listening at Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We're going to take you to your Z's Secret Sausage Sauce recipe of the week, and we'll be back after this.
On the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show, it's time now for the recipe of the week, brought to you by Z's Secret Sausage Sauce.
All right, folks, it's here. Football season, hunting season, and yes, grilling season. For grilling season, get the world's only sausage sauce. And it's bottled in West Monroe, the well-kept secret your neighbors have been hiding. What is it? It's Z's Secret Sausage Sauce, created specially for smoked sausage. Available just about everywhere. So when you fire up the grill, get your Z's on. And thanks for supporting local companies, from the makers of Z's Secret Sausage Sauce.
On your Southern Outdoors recipe of the week this week, we have Kelty's Stuffed Bell Peppers. Brown meat in a skillet. Add Z's Secret Sausage Sauce to taste. Add Worcester sour sauce, a hint of Italian dressing, a drop of olive juice, and garlic powder. Salt and pepper to taste. Add cooked white rice and top with cheese. Cook 25 minutes at 325 degrees. And this has been your so good Southern Outdoors recipe of the week.
Let's get back to more on the outdoors way of life with the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show on Z107.5.
And welcome back to Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors on Z107.5. We did actually have a winner for the question, and we want to thank Gina Choctaw Pines Casino for giving the buffet tickets to be given away. We'll actually be giving away some more of these tickets throughout the week, but we did have a winner. Thank you so much for everybody that participated. And we also want to thank, like I said, the City of Winfield, Cranford Jordan, Bill Huff, Rand O'Connor, Claude O'Brien, Full Bore for Productions. And we also want to thank our mayor in Wynn Parish, or Winfield, Mr. B.R. Alders. Amazing man, always comes out and helps us out and does good things.
He's already visited our camp this afternoon.
Yep, great
Nice
man. Love him to death.
Takes awesome pictures.
I know he does take great pictures,
Yes, he does.
doesn't he?
Yes, he does. My pictures are my treasures.
And then another thing that we actually, y'all have heard us talk about the Louisiana Swiner's Outdoor Second Annual Wild Boar Roundup that's actually coming up. Now, Young's Welding and Fabrication out of Grand Cane has donated an awesome fire pit to help raise money for the Louisiana Swiner's Wild Boar Roundup. And the drawing will be held at Uncle Earl's March 22nd. The raffle tickets are $5 a piece. So go to the Southern Outdoors Facebook page when we get the Southern Outdoors Facebook page fixed. We're rednecks. We don't know what's wrong with it right now, but we're working on it. And look at the pit. And like I said, they'll be there too Friday and Saturday. That pit's nice too.
I've seen it. It's very nice.
It's very nice.
Very nice pit. I'm hoping that luck runs my way and I get to win that pit.
Oh, that'd be nice. We don't ever win stuff like that though.
That's all right. I would like to give a shout out for Gina Choctaw Pines Casino. They're sponsoring Tuscahoma Kennels this week, and they're the ones that's giving us the buffet tickets. We'll be passing some around this weekend to different ones and helping y'all out, give some people with some buffet tickets. Their buffet is awesome. So go and visit.
We actually
30 minutes up the road. It's a great facility.
We actually went a few weeks ago. We went to the casino and we actually hung out and went to the
JD's.
Yeah, the
Coast.
JD's. We're gonna go to the buffet, but the line was so long we couldn't get in.
Yeah,
But JD's is awesome. They have they have a burger that's as my dad would have said, is as big as a Buick hubcap. Awesome. And my son, my baby boy, that was a preemie, can eat it, the whole thing.
I had the shrimp and they were really good.
It's really good. Really, really
So go to the Gina Choctaw Pines Casino. It's right down the road, not too far away. You're going to love the place. Get you some buffet, get your belly full. Go, put some money in the slots to have you a good time after Uncle Earl's.
After Uncle Earl's. And don't drink and drive on the way back home.
Do not do that. No, that's a big no. We always talk about safety on the show. Do not do that.
And
Todd can't get a word in edgewise over there.
He's sitting here going, But anyway, I also want to give a shout out. One of the things that we've not said anything about is that Penn Hill.
Oh, yes.
The guys that work the arena, if it wasn't for those guys, it doesn't matter who did what. Those Penn Help guys are the ones that save the dogs, save the hogs, save us. So give a huge shout out to them.
And they work it from daylight till
From daylight
way
till dawn.
after
Yes,
dark.
They do. They're there when it
every
starts.
day.
They're there when it ends every day. So yes.
It's a hard job too. It's not easy to get in there and be Penn Help.
Yeah, Todd Snow lost a couple fingers on that.
I got them back.
But anyway.
And I didn't have to walk around behind the hog to get them.
That was just wrong.
That's wrong. that don't sound good.
But anyway, like I said, there's so many people out there to thank, and if we happen to miss somebody, we are so sorry. We're trying to cram 19 years of tradition and Uncle Earl's and Catahoulas and hunting and heritage and family and everything into 1 hour, and we could go on and on and on and on about this for hours, so we want to thank everybody. If there's somebody we forgot, hey, come up to me and tell me at Uncle Earl's, because I'll be there all week long. And Miss Renee, we want to thank you so much for coming on tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you from the Southern Outdoors team, from Z107, and from us as family. Thanks for coming and
No big
and
deal.
being here.
We enjoyed it. Had a good time.
It was a fun show. I told Brandon last week when she first told me you was going to be coming on, like, oh, it's going to be great having Miss Renee on,
Well,
I've known you a long
that.
time, and it was really great.
Yep. Well,
Look forward to hanging out this weekend.
You noticed that who didn't come with me, though?
Bud Light and Herman?
Herman, yeah. It's okay, Daddy. he
We
don't
still-
say much.
we
It's
still
hard to get a
love you,
word out of
Herman.
him. Anyway,
He's a good man, though.
He is.
Well, he probably's like, well, look, there's no way I'm going to get a word in edgewise with Renee
wouldn't
and Brandy.
even- he
And
wouldn't
Todd
go
said over there
anyway.
going, I just give up. He's not going to get a word in.
That's right.
That's the way it usually goes, isn't it?
Huh?
The women talk.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mine especially. That she has the gift of gab, and that's good for her specialty and her business. That's what she needs.
Like I said, I'm in sales and marketing. I'm a radio personality. So all of the teachers out there that are listening that got on to me in school for talking, I'm getting paid for it now. So, I had to throw that in there. So, but if you have any suggestions or if there's anything you would like to hear on our show, you can email your suggestions to southernoutdoorsradio@yahoo.com or check us out on Facebook at Southern Outdoors Radio. And do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world, from Canada to Costa Rica, even over there in Paris, France, people in Australia, Germany, Grant Parish, over in Gina. You can pick us up. Download the Red Peach Radio app on your Android or iPhone, or go to the computer, z1075fm.com. And also, when we're out there live at Uncle Earl's, we'll be there all week. You can listen to us at z1075.com on your Android, your iPhone, or on the computer, or crank that radio up in that truck, because we'll be there all week.
That's exactly right. We'll be there all week, having a good time, watching some amazing dogs do their thing, and looking forward to Sunday, the best of the best. That's my favorite. I like to see the best dogs that came compete against the best dog, and that's what happens on Sunday. Looking
And
forward
for
to that.
those dogs to get there, they have to be a perfect score.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. To be in the best of the best, it has to be a perfect
Last
score to
year,
get there.
I was nervous about, and I didn't even know if I wanted to enter. And I asked Herman, I said, well, should I? And I'll never forget, my husband, of so few words, said, to be the best, you've got to beat the best.
That's right.
And that's true. That's
the
a
way-
true
that
statement.
that is the way best the best is.
Mhm.
And that day, at that time, I had
And-
the best dog. This year, I may not. because, like I said, there's some good dogs out there.
And
so y'all come for the show. It's going to be great.
And like Mr. Ray's saying, to get in best to best, it's got to be a perfect score. And don't think it's just one or two dogs getting perfect scores. There's a lot of top competition here. There's lots of dogs that get perfect scores. I've seen them run, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, all the way up to 5 minutes trying to get a winner.
I've seen some dogs that were great get an awful hog and get knocked out, and I knew that dog could have beat mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to thank all of our listeners. We want to thank everybody that's sitting out there at Uncle Earl's around them campfires right now listening to us. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night, and we'll be seeing y'all later in the week. Don't forget, it's not just hunting.
It's a way of life.
Listen every Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the Hickson Ford Southern Outdoors Show with Brandy Watson and Todd Causey. Check out the website for southernoutdoorsradio.com. Come on back next week at 6 p.m. for Hickson Ford's Southern Outdoors on Big Z Country, Z107.5.
I bet there's a chance we could get sure enough tangled up, laid back and lazy. Pour it on easy now, don't spill a bit. Nothing but time tonight, let's get to killing it. Long as I'm rocking with you, girl, you know I'm cool with just chilling it. Nothing like a little you and me, low key. Right now I'm right where I wanna be. I got my shades on, top back, rolling with the music. Jack one on the wheel, one around you, baby. Sunset, I bet there's a chance we could get short enough, tangled up, laid back and lazy. Pour it on easy now, don't spill a bit. Nothing but time tonight, let's get to killing it. Long as I'm rocking with you, girl, you know I'm cool with just chilling it. Yeah, I love rocking with you, and girl, we're just chilling it.
Chillin' it. Cole Swindell was supposed to be on the Today Show this morning, but that has been moved. Look for him next week. How are you?
I'm trying to sleep, but I can't sleep because I don't know if I had not enough to drink or too much.
Well, how'd you get home?
Well, I don't know. My friend brought me home. Was it because I was being boring or because I was ready to go to bed? I don't know.
Maybe you were being belligerent. Although, I'm not gonna lie, you don't sound belligerent.
You said I was in my early 40s with a lot of life before me, when a moment came that stopped me on a dime. I spent most of the next days looking at the x-rays, and talking about the options, and talking about sweet time. I asked him when it sank in that this might really be the real end. How's it hit you when you get that kind of news? Man, what'd you do? And he said, I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Blue Manchu, and I loved deeper, and I spoke sweeter, and I gave forgiveness I've been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying. He said I was finally the husband that most of the time I wasn't, and I became a friend would like to have. And all of a sudden going fishing wasn't such an imposition, and I went 3 times that year. I lost my dad. Well, I finally read the good book, and I took a good long hard look at what I'd do if I could do it all again. And then I went skydiving, a bull named Fu Manchu. And I looked deeper and I spoke sweeter and I gave forgiveness I've been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live life.